Okay, so Tesla and BYD are both fast-growing EV giants. While a lot of attention falls on startups such as Rivian Automotive, Lucid, NIO, XPeng, and Li Auto, as well as traditional automakers pushing into EVs such as General Motors and Ford Motor, Tesla and BYD are setting the pace. Both have huge expansion plans, so today we're going to compare the two and find out how they've been performing in the stock market. We'll also look at the company's fundamentals and see which company has been outperforming the other. So stay tuned. Now, Tesla is the world's largest electric vehicle maker, delivering 308,600 electric vehicles in the fourth quarter, up from 241,300 in the third quarter, 201,250 in the second quarter, and 184,800 in the first quarter. But BYD is catching up. BYD sold 93,945 new energy vehicles in December 2020, up 218% versus a year earlier. That was up from 91,129 NEVs in November, but snapped a 6-month streak of EV and hybrid sales, rising by roughly 10,000. China's strict lockdown of Xinjiang province affected some BYD production in December 2021, though the company reportedly is close to normal operations again. Of the 93,945 vehicles sold, 92,833 were personal vehicles, up 232% versus a year earlier, and EV sales reached 48,317, up 155%, while plug-in hybrid sales leapt 477% to 44,506. Hybrid sales have skyrocketed thanks to a new fuel-efficient DMI system that provides substantial battery range. BYD EV and hybrid sales combined are nearly equal to Tesla's all-electric deliveries. They are far above those of NIO, Li Auto, and XPeng, let alone U.S. EV startups Lucid and Rivian Automotive. BYD is winding down its sales of traditional gas vehicles, which fell to 5,167 in December versus 27,481 a year earlier. Both Tesla and BYD have managed to grow rapidly despite chip shortages that have crippled almost every other automaker in 2021, including GM and Ford, but also Li Auto, XPeng, and NIO. However, BYD makes its own chips. Both will continue expanding rapidly. Tesla will soon open plants near Austin, Texas, and Berlin, Germany, and is looking to expand its Shanghai facility yet again. The Austin and Berlin plants will make the Model Y to start. Tesla had said the plants would begin producing Model Y crossovers before the end of 2021, but that didn't happen. When the Austin and Berlin factories come online, they'll likely ramp up production slowly over time, along with ongoing Shanghai capacity increases. That comes with Tesla passing a 1.2 million annualized run rate in the fourth quarter of 2021. Now, on the other hand, BYD also is adding significant EV capacity. The company recently said in an investor conference call that its 2022 NEV sales target is roughly 1.1 to 1.2 million units, with 600,000 EVs and 500,000 to 600,000 PHEVs. That's up from 600,000 in 2021. But the forecast seems conservative given that flat sales from November's pace equal an annual run rate of 1.08 million NEV vehicles. BYD says it'll open 3 new factories, boosting capacity by another 500,000 vehicles by the second quarter in 2022. All of that suggests that BYD's electric and hybrid production could hit 1.5 million or more. And China's intense COVID crackdown in Xinjiang apparently affected some BYD production, at least temporarily. Tesla, which is targeting the luxury and affordable luxury markets, has far higher selling prices than BYD. Average selling prices have come down as the vast majority of its vehicles are now Model 3 and Y vehicles versus the Model S and X. Price cuts were common until 2021, but Tesla has raised prices several times in the past year, especially in the U.S. With overall industry production down sharply due to chip woes, Tesla and other automakers have extreme pricing power right now. As overall auto production rebounds over the next year and EV production explodes, pricing power will likely ease somewhat. BYD also has the benefit of lower-cost China production. but its ASPs are much lower, with the majority of its EVs and hybrids selling for $15,000 to $34,000, though some vehicles top $40,000. The China EV giant does have plans to move upscale, competing more directly with Tesla as well as NIO, XPeng, and Li Auto. It reportedly will unveil a high-end brand in the first half of 2022, starting with a large crossover SUV. BYD will increase its stake in its Danza joint venture with Daimler to 90% from 50%. Danza, which is not a big auto operation, could be another avenue for BYD to move upscale. Well, Tesla has only produced 4 electric vehicles: the luxury Model S sedan and Model X SUV, as well as the Model 3 sedan and Model Y crossover. The vast majority are the Model 3 and Model Y. Tesla has long touted the Roadster, the Semi, and the Cybertruck as future vehicles, but those have been pushed back multiple times. Tesla has reportedly pushed back the Cybertruck production to early 2023 from late 2022. That suggests that Tesla will go roughly 3 years before launching a new vehicle following the Model Y in the spring of 2020. Also, the Cybertruck will largely serve the U.S. market, meaning Tesla may not have a new vehicle for most of the world until 2024. The Cybertruck, Semi, and Roadster vehicles may require big improvements in batteries or battery technology to be viable, yet Tesla is struggling with technical issues from mass-producing the 4680 batteries. Tesla may expand into lower-cost models in the long term. Musk has said he would like to make a $25,000 EV. Such a model would run into dozens of existing rivals, mostly from Chinese EV makers such as BYD. BYD, by comparison, has a slew of models, some with electric and hybrid versions, such as the flagship BYD Han sedan and the fast-rising compact Dolphin. The automaker is rolling out several new models in the next several months. BYD reportedly will unveil a new premium brand in the first half of 2022, starting with a luxury SUV crossover. The company is also one of the biggest makers of electric buses, with plants in the U.S. and many other countries besides China. BYD has gotten a slew of bus orders recently in Europe, where diesel buses are being phased out. That can serve as a stepping stone for BYD's personal EV ambitions on the continent. BYD also makes EV delivery trucks, garbage trucks, and more. The company also will assemble the next generation of Neuro self-driving delivery vehicles, using many BYD parts, including Blade batteries. That'll take place at BYD's plant in Lancaster, California. Well, Tesla is truly a global EV giant, with major sales in North America, Europe, and China. It has notable business in Korea and some other Asian markets, as well as the Mideast. It has 2 plants in Fremont, California, and Shanghai, China, and Tesla will soon open plants in Austin, Texas, and near Berlin. Tesla already exports to Europe, mostly from the Shanghai plant. As the Berlin plant ramps up, the Shanghai plant presumably will export far fewer Model Ys to Europe, though Model 3 shipments will likely continue. While Tesla capacity is set to soar, it has no major new markets to enter or any new vehicles in the near future. Meanwhile, overall auto production should rebound in 2022, with EV output surging, especially in crossovers. That could pressure Tesla's sales and especially pricing. And how is BYD trying to keep up? BYD earnings have declined in the past 2 quarters, 63% and 22% respectively. Sales growth has slowed from 148% in the first quarter to 27% in the second quarter to 24% in the third quarter. How can revenue growth be slowing as the EV sales skyrocket? BYD has been replacing gas-burning auto sales with EVs and plug-in hybrids, but ICE sales are now a small fraction of overall auto sales. So future EV and PHEV sales gains should contribute more clearly to overall top-line growth. So while Tesla still sells more all-electric vehicles than BYD and has a much larger market cap, in many ways BYD is what Tesla claims or aspires to be. BYD does make its own batteries and chips. Tesla CEO Elon Musk has long touted a goal of a $25,000 car. BYD already sells many EVs at or below $25,000 and at a profit. If and when Tesla moves down market with cheaper EVs, it'll face a vast array of competing models, many from BYD. But that doesn't negate the fact that both are EV leaders with booming sales growth and strong prospects. We just have to watch out for the EV making industry. Well, that's it for today. Thanks so much for tuning in. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. See you next time.